So since becoming pregnant, my eating habits have changed in a lot of ways. So number one, not surprisingly, I'm eating a lot more. I can't skip meals like I used to. Before being pregnant, if I got distracted, I could get to like 1 o'clock in the afternoon and realize all I had was a cup of coffee, which I'm not recommending. I'm not saying that's healthy, but my body now is very clear about when it wants to eat and what it wants to eat. So, for 6 weeks during the first trimester, I was really, really nauseous, and I was mainly just in survival mode, like toast, applesauce, like just plain pasta with some butter and salt. Like it was not a very healthy diet, but again, I was just doing whatever I could to survive. After that, after I got out of that period of nausea, something really interesting that happened is that I have absolutely no craving for sweets. Like I usually have the biggest sweet tooth. Like I could down a pint of ice cream every night. I try to not do that, but I easily could. Like I could just eat sweets all day long. During pregnancy, I don't want sweets at all. Ice cream doesn't sound good. Like homemade chocolate chip cookies, all of the stuff that used to be my go-to comfort food, don't want it at all. And I'm like a really big, so I say that the one exception is like gummy fruity stuff. Usually I'm all about like chocolate and caramel and all that, like mint chocolate. Don't want any of that, but like give me some gummy bears and I'd be pretty happy, like those like fruity gummy worms. So that's the one exception. I'm also really wanting red meat. I'm not a vegetarian, but I usually like maybe I'd have like a couple hamburgers throughout the year, and I like sushi, but we're not a family that has meat at every meal. We don't eat a lot of it. But since becoming pregnant, like beef jerky, hamburgers, red meat, I really, really want it. I am slightly anemic, so it's really interesting noticing what does sound good. It's my body, I think, in a lot of ways seeking out what it needs. So I think it's really wanting foods that are higher in iron. It's telling me it doesn't want me to overdo it with the sweets, which is like a godsend in many ways, because my first pregnancy, I think a lot of the excess weight that I gained, like I probably gained about 60 pounds. And I think a lot of it was from eating too much sugar. So, and I was a lot younger then. I was in my like mid to late 20s when I had my son. So my body, it was just easier for my body, I think, to stay healthy. Now in my 30s, my body is looking out for me a little bit more. What else? Like pickle. I mean, I know pickles, it's such a cliche, but like pickles, black olives, my body's really wanting that. With calcium, sometimes I'm not great at getting calcium. So like really good cheese, like yogurt, that sounds good. One thing that I'm not craving, but I make myself eat every day, because constipation is like my constant companion, unfortunately. So I need a lot of fiber. My husband makes this really great smoothie that has like banana, chia seeds, cacao nibs, hemp seed, flaxseed, which is again super important for getting in lots of fiber. The flaxseed's great. Frozen fruit. And I think we do like some almond or like oat milk and a little bit of green juice. And again, it doesn't necessarily sound good to me, but I feel amazing after I drink it every day, and it helps me get in lots of fiber. So again, I'm not like recommending you just completely follow your cravings and ignore like again, if all you're craving is like macaroni and cheese and cheeseburgers, like, yeah, maybe you should like push yourself to also eat some like green salads and smoothies. And definitely I recommend talking to your care provider about, your dietary plan, because some women have different dietary needs. If you are vegetarian or vegan, of course, like there's still so many ways, as I'm sure you know better than I do, of how to get, like your protein, all of the essential nutrients. So I guess this video is more about just kind of exploring how fascinating it is, how knowledgeable our body can be in a lot of ways regarding what it needs and what it doesn't need during pregnancy. And one way to tune into this is by just like taking a few moments before you choose what to eat to really listen to your body, to listen to what it's craving and to notice, you know, like for me, like with the hamburger, like I could probably eat like 2 hamburgers a day, but I probably shouldn't, right? So when I notice like, oh, I'm craving like some kind of red meat, sometimes when I'm not in a like cranky, tired mood where I'm like, just give me the hamburger, I'm like, okay, but maybe my body's wanting iron right now. So what are some different foods that could provide iron? And so maybe I choose like green leafy vegetables or like a really like awesome salad with all sorts of, you know, food that is more rich in iron versus the hamburger sometimes. But to just kind of become a detective about what your body's wanting and then explore that with your medical care provider to make sure that you are getting in all the nutrients that you need. And a prenatal vitamin is a great way to make sure you're getting in lots of nutrients, but on top of that, we want to be eating well as well. All right, if you have any questions or comments about this, let me know in the comments below.